Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you aboard flight number 427 to Coffee City. Doors are closed and we are doing our final preparations for departure. As we begin taxiing, our flight attendants will go over the safety procedures for the aircraft. During the flight, please keep your seatbelts fastened until the light is turned off. Winds aloft should provide us with a rather short trip. In the meantime, please enjoy the in-flight movie, and I'd like to thank you for flying Coffee House Airways. We will be in the air shortly.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Coffee House. We are live. It's lunchtime. I got a fresh cup. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. So yeah, let's see our chats. Benham right in here with the first and on board. Heck yeah. Austin Shanauer, thanks for the like, bro. Hope you're having a good day today. Let's see, who else is here today? Oh, we got Brian. What's up, Brian? How's it going? Dude, you can do some more running today? Yes, so the drone reel. So, I started flying RC. That was how I got into aviation. I was just a kid, flown airplanes and helicopters for a long time, and so doing video and flying copters just kind of fit, you know what I'm saying? So, ended up, my first real gig was a Discovery Channel shoot, and then I flew for TLC, and then the two people on top of the building fighting in the one clip was Bruce Willis and Stipe Miocic, the UFC heavyweight. So, like, I got to hang out with those guys. It was pretty cool. And then I flew with Sharon Stone on a movie. I flew with Helen Hunt on a movie. I'd like a small bag of unsalted peanuts and a Diet Coke, please. Your flight attendants will be around momentarily for beverages and flight service. So yeah, it was really fun. I got to meet a lot of really cool people. I got to meet country singers. I got to meet Ludacris. I was doing a shoot with, I don't know if you guys remember Ryan Nyquist. He was early BMX gold medalist for the X Games. And so I got to meet him on a movie set, and Ludacris ended up being on the set for a couple days. And he went to In-N-Out Burger with us and chilled out after a movie set. Like, totally chill guy. Super fun. So anyway, yes, I am doing some upper body workouts today, so no 8K runs. Dude, you motivated me. I'm not even lying. I'm actually thinking about going out and doing like a 5K today just to get my butt out and get something done. Flying first class, woot, you better believe it. Your resume must be incredible. Yeah, it's for drone flying, it's not too bad. But it's kind of sad because drone flying kind of fell off with COVID. So it's, yeah, kind of a bummer. I don't get to do as much of that anymore as what I used to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's buckle in. Let's get our seat belts fastened and let's get started. We're doing more VFR lessons today. I'm super excited about this because I'm not even kidding you. As soon as I brush through all the VFR stuff and all of the IFR stuff, I'm going to keep practicing and then probably go back and maybe start working towards finishing that flying pilot's license. So let's see. Hey, Digital Wolf RC, what's up? It's cracking. I think that's DDA. I can't remember all of his handles. He has a different handle on every channel, from YouTube to Twitch to... Hey, what's up, Wrangler Girl on Twitch? Hello, I'm here. Yes, she is. I'll do a 5M run. Does that count? 5 meter run, huh? Okay, I get it. Yes, it was. What's up, DDA? Good to see you, dude. Yeah, he's going for a 5 meter run, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Let's get our headset on. And let's do night VFR lesson here. Let's see if my instructor will yell at me. Twitch and Steam in-game is the same, though. I also did a set of stairs, 140 steps up and down 4 times. Dude, so we have a set of stairs that I used to run local to us. And oh my gosh, I used to love stair workouts. We used to do like interval training and all that stuff. It was super fun. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. I'm super excited to fly today. I got my rudder pedals on here. I'm ready.
Flying VFR at night has some pros and cons,
All
but
right.
some differences that you should be aware of. Conditions at night are generally better than in the day, with smooth air, lighter winds, and improved visibility. Lit runways and other traffic are easier to see.
I know, dude, right?
On the
It's
other
supposed to be
hand,
like
your
almost
visual
summer
references are
next week.
restricted,
Like,
with less ground
let's go.
features visible for navigation, and often the absence of a clear horizon.
Maybe we can hit a coffee walk. That'd be amazing.
Follow this taxiway all the way to the full-length holding point for runway 08 here at Toronto City Airport.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a quick check first. Let's make sure our carb heat is off. It is. Let's make sure our mixture is rich. Our parking brake is turned off. Our flaps are clean, because you don't taxi with your flaps down, even though they're trying to get me. They're trying to, my instructor's trying to make me stumble here, guys. All right, here we go. Maybe I'm laying in bed. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, even yuckier. Dude, not good. Sorry to hear that, bro. That's a bummer. Yes, hopefully not. I hope not. Not fun at all. Well, I hope you get better, man. Just make some coffee. That fixes everything. Alright, let's follow our taxiway here. Let's check the outside view. Alright, I did this one last night, but the instructor messed me up. So we're starting off with this one today.
Needs protecting. White light quickly cancels your night vision, and it can take up to 30 minutes to fully restore it.
Ooh, favorite coffee. Good call.
Red-coloured light has a much lower effect, so any torches or cabin lighting is best if it's in a reddish colour, such as the Cessna 152 dome light here.
So, favorite coffee. Let's see. I'm going to pause my instructor so he doesn't leave me behind. I'm starting to learn how this works. I'm going to have to say I have two. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Ross Allen? How's it going? And how do you guys like my new little stream thing right there? Isn't that cool? My little like thing has clouds. And then I'm working on a transition that when I switch camera scenes, the clouds come across to switch it. Yeah, because we're, you know, a flying channel and all. So, favorite coffee is Hawaiian Kona. It is grown in the volcanic soil in Hawaii, so it's extremely rich in nutrients and all that stuff. And then the other one, yep, Kona. Wrangler Girl's got it on Twitch. And then Jamaican Blue Mountain is my other one. It's like $80 for a half pound. Like, that stuff's super expensive, but definitely amazing and worth it. So that's that. Talk about getting both barrels. Yeah, dude. So all you got to do for your jury duty is tell them that you think you might have COVID. They'll let you right off, dude. You're out of that one. You don't even have to have a confirmed case. All you got to do is say, hey, I'm getting tested. I think I might have it. We're waiting on results. Bang, you're out of there. All right, let's go. We are so coffee starved here in the UK. Oh, really? Is there like a shortage? Looking good. Oh, hey, thanks so much, Ross. I appreciate it, dude.
We'll depart 08 and make a right turn, and you'll quickly see how the lack of the horizon forces you to rely more heavily on your instruments.
All right. Let's hold short of the runway here on runway
Cessna
08.
Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, ready for departure, runway 08, departing circuit to the south.
All right.
Sierra Alpha Charlie, roger, cleared VFR not above 2,000.
Oh, selection,
feet,
gotcha.
cleared for takeoff runway 08, wind calm.
All right.
VFR not above 2,500 feet,
Cleared for takeoff runway 08, Sierra Alpha Charlie. You bit me, Charlie.
Towards 2,300 feet.
Right.
We'll leave the circuit to the south.
Sounds like a plan, Mr. Instructor Man. Let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and center up on the runway. Let's pull back so we can see our gauges here, so I can see how fast I'm going. Let's go ahead and put our notch of flaps back down for takeoff, and we're out of here, guys. Here we go. Okay, we're at 60. Man, these rudder pedals are so sensitive. I gotta dial some more expo into these things. I keep saying I'm gonna do that, and I keep forgetting. Hopefully that will be the case, and with my luck, they'll blow up the bubble and tell me to get in. Yes, that would be amazing. Get the heck out of that. Turn and burn, that's right. Kick the tires and light the fires. Hey, what's up, Rick Dale? Thanks so much for the like. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for the share. Wow.
You can bring the flaps up now that we're passing 300 feet
Thanks,
above
Rick.
airfield level.
For trusting me with your viewers. I appreciate it.
The
Or with
climb
your
attitude
friends
flaps
on
up
Facebook.
gives about 7 degrees nose up on the attitude indicator with 75 knots. Make a mental note of this for later.
All right. We'll make a
Now
mental
make a
note.
right turn to heading 180 and keep climbing to 2,300 feet.
Alright, roger that. Making a right turn to heading 180, climbing through to 2,300 feet, ladies and gentlemen. We got a nice about 500 to 700 foot per minute climb rate going on right here. Let's get ourselves to the south position. Don't embarrass me. I won't, sir. I will not. You can count on me. Where are you at today? Are you out working in the big world out there? Alright, look at it. It's getting awful dark out here. Alright, we gotta watch our attitude indicator in order to make sure we don't have an attitude.
As we look out over Lake Ontario in the dark, see how your horizon has already pretty much vanished.
Yes, it has.
Shift your focus more onto your instruments, but remember we're still VFR and need to maintain a lookout.
Okay, we're at heading 180 dead on, climbing through at 1,000 feet per minute to 2,300, and I'm only repeating this. Keep an eye out for the CN Tower. Yes, sir. What's up, Steve? How's it going today? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the coffee house, everyone. It's lunchtime live. Take a sip. I bought these VFR training lessons through the Microsoft store yesterday to try out just brushing up on all the things I've forgotten as a pilot, you know. So, yeah. Let's see how this works today. We're 5 lessons in. I'm at home. I finished up yesterday, leaving for Mansfield Sunday afternoon. All right. Well, that means I get to see you before you go. All right, we're climbing through vertical speed. We got 70 knots climb.
At 2,300 feet, using the attitude indicator and VSI to set level flight.
All right, here we go. Let's use the attitude indicator and VSI to set level flight. All right, perfect. Flaps are clean. Lucky you, that's right. Alright.
You can lead the mixture a little, set power for 100 knots and retrim.
Sounds like a plan. Power's at 100 knots, altitude is ish 2,300.
Sierra Alpha Charlie, request to leave the zone to the east en route Oshawa along the shoreline.
Sierra Alpha Charlie Roger, leave the zone not above 2,500 feet VFR, call at boundary.
Not above 2,500 feet VFR, Wilco, Sierra Alpha Charlie. We don't want to get too far out over the lake, so make a left turn to heading 020, back to the shoreline.
Roger that. Make a left turn heading 020. See, guys, I'm paying attention today. I'm actually listening to my instructor today so that I don't get yelled at like I did yesterday, or so that he doesn't just passively aggressive me, leave me flying in the dark out over a lake somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Do a nice standard rate turn on the VSI, maintaining our altitude. This is beautiful. We're gonna fly to a heading of 020 and fly along the shoreline. See, now this wouldn't work in the Taylorcraft that I used to fly because we didn't have one of these guys right here. We didn't have the heading or the indicator to tell us our attitude and all that stuff. So if you got an attitude in the Taylorcraft, you just got in trouble. Look at that, 2,300.
This heading keeps us tracking the north shore of Lake Ontario, parallel the runway, and brings back a partial horizon with the streetlights off in the distance.
Yes, it does. Look at that, guys.
Try to use both the partial horizon and the instruments to set and maintain an accurate straight and level. Take us back to the shoreline.
Oh, we got it. I have a pretty good attitude. See there? Then you're in good shape. Your attitude indicator will not go awry. Alright guys, let's switch over to this view. Look at this. Oh, so much fun. I love this. Alright, power we're going to bring back just a tick because we're just climbing just a hair. So let's bring that back just a little. Look at that north. Look at that shoreline. Oh, there's the CN tower right covered up by my wing strut. I see it, Steve. I see it. I did like a flight around the CN tower for one of our viewers one night because he lives right up there. And he was pretty stoked about it. I had a good time with it. There it is, right just behind my wing strut. See it sticking up over there? Here, let's see if we can zoom in. Nope, we cannot. It like flicks out. When you're inside these lessons, everything doesn't work as well as it's supposed to. 100 knots, 2300, well, 2250. Who's counting, right? 020. Heck yeah, guys. All right, let's see if we can zoom in again now that we're a little far. Yeah, there you can see it right there. Look at that. We got the Maple Leaf Stadium over there and the Blue Jays, right? This is fun, guys. I love doing this. I am so excited to get all this stuff brought back and then go get into a plane and see if I remember how to do it in real life. I'll tell you, this is helping a lot. I mean, it's bottom line. This is like getting me refreshed with everything. This is amazing. I need to climb a little because I am definitely not maintaining 2300. Everything else is good. 100 knots is good. Heading of 020 is good. Just got to keep that altitude right there just a little bit. There we go. Now we're looking good. Everybody hurry up and take a picture. All my settings are right. Look at that, guys. Oh, so beautiful. And we're going to fly along the north shoreline. I'm sure he's going to tell me any second.
We're back at the shoreline, so make a right turn heading 060 to follow the shore eastbound.
Alright. We're doing it, Harry. We're really doing it, Harry! Alright, see them lights out here in the distance? Those are where we're heading, so we're just going to go ahead and point right at those. I remember this from last night. Were the lessons expensive?
Sierra Alpha Charlie, Zone
no,
boundary
actually.
Outbound, request frequency change to Oshawa 120.1.
I didn't think so.
Sierra Alpha Charlie frequency change approved.
Keep tracking the coast on heading 060, and we'll switch over to Oshawa.
So, they were $22 US for the VFR and then $22 US for the IFR. And I gotta be honest, when we get done here, I'll flick through the lesson plan so you can kind of see everything. I think it's totally worth it if you think about what...
So keep the shore on your left to keep it in sight, and expect opposite direction traffic
look at that stadium
to be doing
down
the
there.
same.
Traffic
is easier to see at night,
buddy,
thanks
I'm
to the
trying to
position
talk to my
lights,
friends
strobes,
here.
and landing light. The green position light is on the right wing, and the red on the left. This makes deciphering the orientation easy, as the colour indicates which side of the aircraft you're seeing. If you see both red and green, you're approaching head-on.
Okay.
If you do encounter another aircraft
Brake
head-on,
right.
you both make a turn to your right to increase separation. Keep
Always
on
brake
following
right,
the shore,
guys.
Heading 060.
Okay, now are you going to let me talk to my friends, mister? So I figured, you know, for 40 bucks to get all the lessons, I never did IFR flight training, so that right there is going to show me how to do ILS approaches and get on the localizer and the whole 9 yards. And then the other thing is brushing up all this VFR stuff, so if there was any holes, I mean, I literally flew a Taylor craft with no radios over cornfields, so we didn't have radios, we didn't have any of that kind of stuff. Rudiger, what's up, dude? So yeah, this I feel was a great value, because if I look at going to pay a flight instructor to brush me up on all this stuff in a real airplane, it's going to cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars per hour. You know, it's like $140 or $160 to get a 152 with fuel, and plus your instructor fees and stuff. So like, I can brush all up on this. I've already flown a plane, so
off the left wing, you can see up the center line of the runway at Buttonville.
There it is. There's Buttonville, flashing in the distance out there. So yeah, I figure, hey, I've already flown a real airplane. I've already soloed. I've already done solo cross countries. I already have that down, so I know what that's like. So just getting the memory and muscle memory of all this
Straight ahead
stuff.
over the nose,
Yeah.
we can see the
$40
flashing
is
runway
a
lights at
bargain.
Oshawa Executive, which is where we're heading.
Yeah, oh, Venom, you just read my mind. I
Notice
didn't even
how
see your chat right
airports
there.
are much easier to pick out at night if they have lit
Yeah,
runways.
exactly. You were we
Unlit
were
grass
tracking,
runways
Venom,
can be
me and
nearly
you.
impossible to spot, however. So those airfields would
Great
only
minds
be
think
operational
alike,
during the
and
day.
so do ours.
I'll get the weather for Oshawa. Normally an ATIS is available, but out of hours it's an automated weather observation system, AWOS.
Oshawa Automated Weather Observation System. Observation taken at 0150 UTC. Wind 2.
How's it going, Rudiger? How was dinner last night? Did you have a good time?
Sky condition view 3000. IFR approach RNP 30. Landing and departing runway 30. Temperature 15. Dew point 4. Altimeter 29.92.
Alright, so we now know it's runway 30 in use with a light headwind. The altimeter is already set to 29.92. The USA and Canada report an altimeter setting instead of a QNH, which is effectively the same but using different units.
Right? I'm telling you, dude. Let's go.
QNH is reported in hectopascals, and altimeter settings are inches of mercury. Altimeters allow settings from either system, as seen in our 152, with the millibar scale on the left and inches of mercury scale on the right. Canada VFR rules require 500 feet vertical separation when below cloud in uncontrolled airspace. Cloud is reported as few at 3,000 feet, so if we stick to cruising at 2,300 feet, then we know we're fine.
Alright, we're fine.
USA applies the same rule, but most other countries just require you to stay clear of cloud until above 3,000
Hey,
feet.
Lubug, what's going on? Just dropping in to
Keep
say hi. I'm
flying
glad to
towards
see you.
Oshawa, heading 060.
Hopefully you're having a good day today, Lubug. It's Friday today. I forgot. It's Friday. Look at that. Alright, we got a little bit of a ways to get to this Oshawa airport here. 10,000 feet out, so that's what, 2 miles or so? Oh, that's somebody else in a Cessna. Hey, what's up, Jose? How's it going? Hello from Brazil. How's it going today? Hope you're having an awesome day in Brazil. Can you send up some sunshine? Well, we got sunshine, but can you send up some heat? We're a little chilly here today. Guys, I love this. Like, I just gotta pause for a minute. I love this. This is like my favorite thing in the whole world. I cannot wait to build this simulator into something so incredible. I'm super stoked. I may even start like a dash panel here, so that like right here where this is and where this is, there'll be like a piece of like cutout that'll have a dash panel in it, so that I can see over it. Like, oh yeah, I'm pretty excited. I need to go right now, so I hope you have a nice day. Lubug, I hope you have a nice day too. Thanks for stopping by to say hello. Very nice of you. Let's play some Fortnite soon. Alright, look at that. We're 2,300. We're 100 knots. We're dead on at a 060 heading. I think we're passing this lesson, boys and girls. Let's do it. I know of a 737 front end for sale. Right. For the cool price of $41,000. Or was it $37,000? I come here and all I hear is complaining and bad weather. It's cold, silly instructor. Well, you're just hearing what you want to hear, Rudiger, because we've been talking about lots of positive things, like how much I love flying. My wife said no, so selfish. Oh, too funny. Du hörst, was du willst, Rudiger. That's the best love, flying. No, nein, meine Frau ist mein ersten Liebe. Und dann fliegen ist zweite. Ja, sieh, ich habe alles vergessen in einem Monat, weil wir haben nicht
Oshawa
Deutsch in
operates
3
what's
Wochen
known as a
gesprochen.
mandatory frequency area. This means a radio is required to fly into or near the airfield.
Look at this, guys. 2300 on the
Getting close
altimeter.
to the Oshawa
Look at that.
zone, so we'll call
100
on
knots
announce our position
and dead on heading.
intentions.
Hands off trim,
Oshawa
guys.
traffic, Cessna, Foxtrot,
Look at
Sierra,
this.
Alpha Charlie, 10 miles southwest, 2,300 feet, inbound landing 30, Oshawa.
She has no idea what I have planned for the attic.
Runway 30
Right.
in use, which is a normal left-hand circuit. In other ICAO countries, we'd make an overhead join, descending on the dead side before joining the crosswind leg.
Okay.
The USA and Canada allow joining uncontrolled circuits straight into the downwind leg from a 45-degree intercept.
She should have heard
at
that so
circuit
sweet of you.
altitude.
Yes, she's watching on Twitch,
The
so she
elevation
probably
at
did.
Oshawa is 460 feet, so start descending now to a circuit altitude of 1,500 feet, aiming for the center of the airfield.
All right, let's do it. Let's aim for the center of the
Runway
airfield.
lights we see up ahead is runway 05, but that's not the
Carb
one
heat
currently
on.
in use.
Let's go ahead and drop down to about 1800 on our RPMs here. That way we can get ourselves set up. Thank you, good sir, for the cereal and coffee. No problem. Glad to help. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're going to start our descent into Oshawa. Please make sure that your seat backs are in the upright position and tray tables are stored and locked. Please stow all personal devices and laptop computers. Make sure seat belts are fastened. We'll be on the ground shortly. I should have been an airlines pilot. I'm waving at the missus over on Twitch. Nice! Rudiger's waving at you on Twitch. Alright, we're going to go ahead and power back a little bit more. Get our descent coming down. We're descending at about 400 feet per minute, which is exactly what my instructor told me I should be doing. It's good. Carb heat is on. Got some nice slow flight. I'm going to put, since we're in the white arc, I'm going to stick a notch of flaps. That'll relieve some of my back pressure on the stick. There's Wrangler Girl. She heard us talking about her. Look at this. Look at this view, guys. Alright, we're approaching 1,700 feet right now. Speed is at 80 knots. That's perfect. Heading is right for the dead center of the field. And we're coming down to 1,500 feet beautifully. Hey, how's it going? It's Fated Adam. Thanks so much for the follow.
1,500 feet
I
as the
appreciate
circuit
it.
altitude until turning base.
Welcome to the coffee house.
Oshawa traffic, Cessna, Foxtrot, Sierra, Alpha Charlie, joining mid-downwind 30, Oshawa.
Alright, mid downwind for 3-0. Yes, we are. Okay, let's power up just a little bit here, just so we can maintain our 1,500 feet. Very nice to meet you, Faded Adam. Welcome to the coffee house. We are a... What are we exactly? We're a flying channel now, guys. I mean, I play Fortnite, Warzone, Forza, all that other stuff too, but mostly we are flying Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. You should do it by ISL only. Well, I haven't learned how to do that yet, Rudiger. That's why I bought the IFR lessons off the Microsoft Flight Store, so that I can start learning glide slopes and ILS approaches. So we'll be doing that soon, I promise. We'll be on the localizer before you know it. Oh, flying is so cool, Faded Adam. It is the best. I'm actually a real pilot in real life. I quit flying, not because I wanted to, but just because I had to. The airplane that I had access to got sold. The guy who owned it passed away. So I was this close to finishing my pilot's license and never got to. So recently, my wife and I have been talking quite a bit. We love streaming. I love computers. And figured, you know what? Let's do a flight sim. I can brush up on all my skills. And then I can get back to try to finish my license. I am taking a discovery flight in a few weeks. Oh, dude, you are going to absolutely love it. It is the best thing you'll ever do. So fun.
Okay, we're reaching the downwind leg. Turn right, heading 120.
Why? Okay, this is where I get confused. Why would I turn right for a heading of 120? Oh, I see why. Because we're gonna get in and join the downwind. Okay, got it. I got it. Okay. They do things a little differently here. I see what he's doing now.
Downwind checks, brakes pressured and released, undercarriage fixed, mixture.
Because we're not landing on that runway with the lights.
Sufficient. Instrument T's and P's are green. Cabin is secure.
Give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna butter this bread here on this landing, and I will be right back with you. I want to make sure we do this right. I want to make my instructor proud here. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of the runway right there. So we got our flaps set. We're right at our 1500. We're going to go ahead. We're at 70 knots, so we could lower our nose just a hair. Almost at a 45-degree angle. Look back to the runway. So we're going to go ahead and start our base leg turn. Making sure to maintain most of our altitude as we're coming in here. Just descending a little.
Looks like a good place for turning base.
Yeah, I knew that already, bud.
Left, power back, and commence your descent.
All right.
Take flaps 10 when within the white airspeed band.
Already a step ahead of you, buddy. Got the flaps on already. Okay, we're going to power back now that we know we've made the runway. Turning for a nice final approach right here on heading.
Make your left base turn.
Already did. There we go. We got ourselves set up for a beautiful landing here, guys. Look at this. I like the Cessna, but I hope I get to fly in a Piper. I actually got to train a little bit in a Piper Cherokee. It was really, really nice little airplane. Alright, second notch of flaps just because we know the runway is made. Bleed off some of this speed. Let's get her down in here and butter the bread, guys. Look at that landing, ladies and gentlemen. A little to the left of the runway, but who's checking, right? It's nighttime. It's hard to see. Look at that, guys. We did it. We landed. We've got a complete lesson. I think we did pretty good. Let's go ahead and clear the runway, set our parking brake, and wait for our instructor to catch up. Because he's probably going to be telling me to turn final any minute. Bravo, bravo, applause, applause. Ich habe im Beifall untergehen. Ja, das war eine Überraschung, huh? Ich habe diese Wörter erinnert. Why, thank you, Wrangler Girl. I appreciate it. Piper Saratoga is my favorite airplane. Nice! I've never flown in a Piper Saratoga. Thank you for the nice landing, Faded Adam. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's, we're going to pull off to the side.
A high-wing aeroplane such as the Cessna is great when en route, as you have a clearer view downwards towards the ground. But turning in the pattern can be a little bit more difficult.
Yes, because when you turn, you can't see through your wing to the...
Oshawa traffic, Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Alpha
he's
Charlie,
behind!
30 to land, Oshawa. Either make a full-stop landing off of this one, or continue to practice night circuits with touch and goes. Once you're done, press escape to exit.
Okay. Wow, that's a great question, Faded Adam. What is more intimidating, your first takeoff or your first landing? Okay, so I would say when you're with an instructor, it's not really that intimidating either way because you know that the instructor's got the plane. So, I would say, I don't know really. Takeoffs are actually, in a small airplane like a Cessna, takeoffs don't feel like a jet where you're getting pushed back in the seat. So I would say landing. Yeah, Benham says landing. Because you got to have so many things right for landing. So then when I soloed the very first time, landing for sure. Definitely, because takeoff is pretty easy. Basically, you set your flaps, you check your fuel, you make sure everything's good, you push the throttle in full power and sit there and wait till you hit your speed. All you got to do is just keep it straight with the rudder pedals. As long as you're doing that, the airplane's handling literally everything. And when you hit that certain number, you just pull back. You know, you got your yoke like this. So you're just watching for that speed, you're at full power, and as soon as you get to, like on a Cessna, it's 60 knots. As soon as you hit 60, you lift the nose wheel, and then that changes the angle of attack to your wing. The air's hitting that, producing some lift, and you're just literally, by the time you hit about 63 knots and you're holding a little back pressure, she'll just kind of leap right into the air. So takeoff is actually pretty easy. Then all you do is watch your airspeed indicator as you're climbing to make sure that you're not lifting the nose too high and causing it to stop flying. Landing, oh goodness, when you're solo, even though you've done landing practice tons of times, you know, in the back of your mind, you don't want to bounce and do all kinds of crazy stuff when you first do your first landing. And there's lots to remember. Airspeed, altitude, carb heat if you're flying a carbureted airplane, flaps if you have any. Yes, stalls are very, very bad, especially for untrained people. If you're trained, that's not a big deal. You can come out of a stall, and if you know how to maneuver out of one. What's bad is if you come up into a stall attitude and you're kicked to one side, you can initiate a spin really, really easy. So you got to do spin training in a plane that's rated for that. That way you can learn how to pull out of one if in case that ever happens. All right, next lesson. This is a new one, guys. I'm excited. Let's do it. Continue. These lessons, I'm super, super happy about this. This was so much. This is so worth every penny because I'm brushing up on stuff, and then I really can't wait to get to IFR stuff because I never did any of that. This is kind of review for me right here, but the IFR stuff, yes, indeed. Okay, crosswind. Oh boy, these are always fun. And we're going to be at a Diamond DA40, it looks like. Yep, DA40 NG. All right, here we go. We're working on some crosswind stuff. I heard basic stalls are one of the first things they show you. It's one of them, yeah, depending on your instructor. You kind of get up in there and see. I learned to fly in a 1946 airplane that literally had altimeter, RPMs, like just basics. And it was rated for spins. And so we did spins like the first time we ever did stalls. It's pretty fun.
As strong winds cause controllability problems in light aircraft,
all right, here we
can
go.
deflect the controls to help us. The wind here at Sombra is about 270 at 15,
Ooh, that's
which
gonna
is
be
within
bumpy.
the 20 knots crosswind limit of the DA40, but still enough to need our attention on the ground and in flight.
Yes, it will.
A strong crosswind blows over the upwind wing and therefore generates lift. The fuselage mostly shields the downwind wing, so this uneven lift causes a downwind banking effect.
I'm scared of
The
heights, but I'll
crosswind
get the
from
feeling
right
I'll be
would
fine.
lift the right
Yes.
wing and potentially have us roll to the left.
So to speak to that real quick before I forget, I don't like heights either. I hate climbing ladders. I hate climbing high up in things. But when I'm in the plane, it's not a big deal at all. You're strapped in. You're inside. It's like riding in a Jeep in the sky.
Therefore, apply into-wind aileron control to counter this rolling force.
So basically what he's saying right there is when you're coming in for a landing and the wind is blowing in from this side, it's going to want to lift up that wing. And then the other thing your airplane's going to want to do is it's going to want to crab into that wind. So you got to turn and kind of bank into that wind to keep yourself. And then you also got to kick some rudder to keep the airplane into the wind so it's not blowing you off the runway. So that's what we're going to be working on
Do
with
the
this.
opposite, so left aileron would be used. This works with a strong crosswind from anywhere ahead of the nose. With a crosswind from behind, apply the opposite control inputs. Nose into wind, turn into wind. Nose out of wind, turn out of wind. We're pointing straight into the wind right now, so we won't apply any control input just yet.
All right.
Taxi to the left and cross runway 24 to reach the holding point for runway 33.
Copy that. 74 Gear is the guy who does that. Is awesome. Check him out.
Clear
Oh
to
yeah,
cross the
definitely
runway,
will.
Continue straight on. Now we've turned, the wind is from behind and the right. Nose is out of wind, so we turn out of wind. Apply left aileron.
Is this the direction he said to go? I guess he'll yell at us in a minute if we don't.
Come to a stop here and we'll talk about the crosswind circuit.
Alright, here we go.
As we move around the circuit pattern, the wind correction needed will change after each turn. Today's wind is from 270, marked by your heading book on the HSI. Drift angle is related to your ground speed and the speed of the crosswind component. If travelling at 60 knots ground speed with a 20 knot crosswind, your drift angle will be 20 degrees. Double your ground speed to 120 knots, the drift angle will halve to 10 degrees. By applying a heading correction into wind that is equal to your drift angle, you will fly the required track.
That's called wind correction angle here in
whilst
America. I don't know if it's called something
accelerating for
different
takeoff,
somewhere else.
gradually reducing them towards neutral as your speed increases. Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie ready for departure for circuits.
Alright, here we go.
Golf Alpha Charlie cleared line up and takeoff runway 33, wind 270 at 12.
Clear for takeoff runway 33, Golf Alpha Charlie.
Okay, we're gonna do this, guys.
The DA40 has a castering nose wheel, so use brakes to tighten your
Oh, I
turn.
wondered why this thing doesn't want
During
to
the
steer.
takeoff, apply left
It's like all
aileron.
laggy.
Expect the nose to yaw into wind once the nose wheel lifts.
It doesn't have an actual steerable nose wheel. It's castering, which means it's just freewheeling up there, so the rudder is the only thing steering us. I wonder, because it feels all... I've never flown a DA40 before. It feels all mushy. So you got to use brakes like a tractor. Look at that. I pushed some right brake. That thing comes right around. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead. Here we go. Winds are at 270, so we got quite a bit of a crosswind coming at us from the left quartering angle. So we're going to steer left aileron into it as we power up. I think rotation speed on this plane is about 70 knots or so. Yeah, maybe it's, yeah, it's about 70 knots. I got the nose wheel up already. There we go. We're good. We're good. We got this.
The nose is weathercocked into wind, but we're still tracking the centre line as the result of wind drift. Pitch for about 70 knots to get a good climb rate. There are obstacles and hills near to the runway.
Alright, we're going to pitch for 70 knots climb, which we got about 72 right now, so we're
Flaps
looking
up.
good. Flaps up. At that 300 foot above ground level. Alright, we're looking good so far.
Make a left turn to the crosswind leg, heading 245.
Alright, left turn as we climb. I like the glass panels in these cockpits because everything's digital. It's pretty nice.
Level off at 1,000 feet circuit altitude and turn onto downwind, heading 152.
Alright, we'll lower the nose down, power back just a little bit, turn onto a 152 downwind heading. 70 knots or so. What kind of pilot are you? Where's the checklist for crosswind takeoff? Well, I'm just doing what the instructor's telling me. That's the kind of pilot I am right now. And I've never flown this airplane before, so I'm just trying to do what the guy tells me.
Golf Alpha Charlie, request extended downwind, low approach and go around.
Golf Alpha Charlie cleared low approach, runway 33, wind 270 at 13.
Cleared low approach runway 33, then request joining low level right downwind runway 24 for full stop. Golf Alpha Charlie.
Golf Alpha Charlie Roger, from the missed approach, enter right downwind, low level, runway 24.
Roger, thank you. Golf Alpha Charlie. As the wind is now a tailwind, you're travelling more quickly over the ground, giving less time on downwind. We're going to fly further out on the downwind to give you a longer final approach. Keep going until I ask you to turn base. Downwind checks, brakes pressured and released, undercarriage fixed, mixture full rich, fuel on and sufficient, instruments in the green, cabin secure.
Okay, here we go.
With an extended downwind leg, you won't need to descend like you would with a normal circuit. When turning base, maintain circuit altitude and judge when to begin descending and taking flap visually. Circuit altitude is 1,000 feet. Downwind heading 152 to account for drift.
Okay, we got our downwind heading at 152. We're about 88 knots, so right under 90 where we want to be. A little high though. Let's get our altitude down here. Hey, what's up, Rudiger with the 100 stars? Thank you so much, bro. You make me afraid of flying. Ah! Well, I'm sorry, bro. You wait till I butter this landing. We'll see how afraid you are then. Thanks for the stars. I appreciate it. Much love, sir.
Okay, that should be far enough. Turn left onto the base leg. You'll have a tailwind in the turn, so expect to make one continuous turn onto final approach. Keep the turn going and line up with runway 33, remaining mindful of the terrain on final approach.
Copy, copy. Well, that's why he told me to do a continuous turn, because he didn't want me to overpass it because of that crosswind.
Point the nose to the left of the runway to account for the crosswind. Configure as needed.
Alright, we're good. Alright, we're coming in at 900 feet. We're looking good. We have 95 knots for our speed. Got a long final, so we're going to keep a little power. At least we come down, that's for sure. Until now, nobody stayed up yet, as far as I know. Right? Well, I don't know, though. The guys that went up to the International Space Station, they're still up there. They're hanging out. Alright, 90 over the final. We're looking good. Steer into this a little bit. Look at that. We're looking nice on this approach, guys.
Keep flying the approach and I'll call for the go-around.
Alright, you call for the go-around, bud. I appreciate your business. I always like to keep a little power when I'm coming in the wind. Instead of, oh boy, we're getting some bumps over the edge here. A little bit of sink.
Go around, nose to the horizon, full power, and set takeoff flaps.
We're already on takeoff flaps.
Level off at 500 feet, then make a right turn to track 055. Keep the flaps at takeoff. Keep 500 feet and turn right onto track 055. That's a right downwind for the short runway 24. Downwind checks, brakes pressured and released, undercarriage fixed, mixture full rich, fuel on and sufficient, instruments in the green, cabin secure.
Oh, he set me up on a right-hand approach? Wow, that ain't gonna be no fun. That is one thing I gotta say I never worked a lot on. Gotta get that practice in, right, guys? Alright, 255, 500 feet. We're about 85 knots, so we're doing okay there. Okay. Those guys are moving with 20,000 miles per hour. That's true. I guess that would keep anybody up, right? Hey, instructor. Keep with me, boss. Hey, instructor man, you fall asleep at the wheel over there or what? Did you forget about me? I think our instructor fell asleep at the wheel. Let's go ahead and turn in. Unless I didn't understand his instructions and he's just being passive-aggressive now. The instructor's drunk. I know. He's tipping back on the old vodka over there, I think. Good thing I know what I'm doing.
For a short field landing, we need to be more accurate with our touchdown and choose an earlier aiming point.
Okay.
Once we're down, apply strong braking to come to a stop in the shortest distance.
He's checking out the... I know, right? Seriously, this guy's leaving me high and dry out here.
Fly downwind on track 055.
Okay, now I'm confused. Bro has got me, like, totally not doing the right thing here. Alright, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. He left me hanging. We're flying a Diamond DA-40 at the moment. And this instructor just left me hanging here. It's a little... That's the only thing about this, is it's a little confusing.
Keep flaps at their takeoff setting until the base turn.
Yeah, we're already on the ground, bro. Because this guy just left me. He didn't tell me what to turn. He left me flying out over the ocean for 10 minutes. I'm telling ya. Man, look at Rudiger with all the rhymes. Yeah, it's a nice little airplane. Alright, well, I guess that was good enough for that lesson. Moving on. Wow, I can't believe this instructor just leaves you high and dry. Like, they should have programmed in... I'm actually going to email the company and do a thorough review on this. Because they should have programmed in a button to hit for repeat last. Like, say you don't hear him the first time, or you need him to repeat what he said so that you can understand what's going on. That would be helpful. And then also, you know, like, there should be a rewind button like in Forza. If you mess something up, you should be able to rewind back and then start from there. So here's one of my recommendations. If you guys do want to learn to fly, if you've never flown at all, do the general aviation training that Microsoft has as part of the game, because it shows you basic controls, attitudes and instruments, takeoffs and level flight, where this doesn't start. This starts in where you already know how to fly, pretty much. So like if you go here to VFR, the first VFR lesson is basic VFR flight rules. They already assume that you know how to take off and land and all that stuff. He's slow to respond at times. Yeah, he is. We need to get him woke up. He's over there sleeping in the cockpit. I actually had my flight instructor fall asleep one time when I was flying. Thankfully, I had like 40 hours of flight time by then. We were just doing pattern work and stuff, so I just kept flying and doing my thing, and he woke up at, all right, give me a 90 right. And I'm like, I've already done like 14 of those while you were snoring, bro. All right, crosswind. Let's go to abnormals. This should be fun. This is like some, this is like, you know, stalls and spins and things like that, I believe. I would love to, but I don't own a PC or the game. Oh, you'll get there. No worries. That's why it's cool to have people streaming games so you can check them all out prior to buying one. Ooh, this airplane looks fun. I wonder what this is. This looks like an RV-8. I know it's not. DDA's gonna yell at me. I hear the motor. Yes, it can be relaxing. It is, in fact.
The Cap 10 in the north of Sweden, following the Luleälven River and Highway 97 towards Luleå. The time is just after 11 p.m. This is the land of the midnight sun.
Yes, it is.
Keeping 2,000 feet altitude, follow the highway, keeping it on your left.
Alright.
We're going to explore how we can deal with in-flight malfunctions. When things don't go to plan, having a structured approach makes your decision-making easier. When an incident occurs in flight, the first step is always to take a moment to correctly fly the aeroplane. Depending on what happened, this could be easy or difficult. For example, if you're straight and level and you have a radio issue, remaining straight and level would not be too difficult. Whereas a failure during an approach may require a go-around. As such, the very first step after an issue is to aviate.
Wonder where the lessons come where you start to sweat. I don't know.
We ensure that we're on a safe flight path.
Oh, we are on a safe flight path, everybody.
Or to change our route to account for the failure. The third initial action is to communicate. If appropriate, tell ATC.
Oh, I love aviation, dude.
So
definitely. I'm glad you're here, Faded. Thanks so much for joining.
Aviate, navigate, communicate.
Aviate, navigate, and
These
communicate.
in order will keep you safe in the short term.
What
Now
we
it's time
have
to figure
here
out
is
what to
a
do next.
failure to communicate. I know, I'm
One
silly,
such
Wrangler Girl.
process for
For everyone who doesn't
decision-making
know,
is
in
to
Twitch, Wrangler Girl is my wife.
We start with diagnose. Make sure we've correctly identified exactly what has happened.
I feel like Kirby
Then we
Shambliss right
gather our
now.
options.
Red Bull
Can we
Air Race
continue as
pilot.
planned, or do we need to divert? Next, we decide on our most suitable option.
Hey, at least we can have some fun,
Once a
right?
decision has been reached, we can assign tasks, such as informing ATC and setting our avionics.
Okay, we're gonna inform ATC that we're
Finally,
inverted.
we review our decision to check if anything has changed. You can use DODAR either flying solo or as a crew, so it has broad use and can be applied to whatever kind of flying you're doing.
Oh, I know what kind of flying I'm doing.
Carry on flying towards Luleå. Maintain 2,000 feet.
Alright, we got it. But I like maintaining 2 feet. I don't want 2,000 feet. What you talking about, Willis? Here, let's trim this thing out for inverted flight. I've actually done this in a real airplane. It's pretty fun.
I'm not sure what that was, but we might have hit a bird.
Alright, we did.
Aviate. Keep us flying safely straight and level at
Gotcha.
2,000 feet.
Gotcha
the
covered.
ASI's drop to 0.
I got you
Navigate.
covered.
Continue to follow the Radeon River. communicate. We don't need any immediate ATC assistance, so we won't make any radio calls.
Hey, what's up with 10 stars, JT Thompson?
Now
Thanks so much, bro.
we've completed our
Hope you're having a good day out there
we can
today.
shift our focus onto what comes next. Diagnose. It appears to be a bird strike which has damaged the pitot tube and therefore our airspeed indication.
Yes.
I can see some damage down my side on the right flap. It might be worth testing it so we know what we're dealing with. Bring the speed back to what feels like slow flight.
Alright, fine. Do the lesson, bud. Alright, bring the speed back to what feels like slow flight. Get back to my 200, or my 2,000 feet here. Okay, we're at 2,000 feet. We're level. Okay, Faded, no problem, man. Alright, what's next, Mr. Instructor?
Now that we've slowed, try and set takeoff flaps. It's giving us roll to the right, so it looks like it was bird damage to the right flap. Increase power and accelerate back up to what feels like normal flight speed.
Alright, we've lost our airspeed indicator.
Retract the flaps again now to stop the roll, and we'll talk about our options. Options. Indicated airspeed is a crucial parameter for safe flight, so we wouldn't be likely to continue a long cross-country trip. Without our flaps, it limits the airfields we can land at, as without them we'll have a
No,
longer
it
landing
doesn't,
distance.
because you can do a side slip if you're a real
Lulio
pilot.
is just up ahead and will be an ideal place to land. Decide. Landing at Lulio seems like a safe option, as continuing would not be easy, plus there may be other damage we're yet to discover.
Nice, welcome
Aside,
back, sir.
I'll let air traffic know that we'd like to land. Lulio Tower, Sierra Echo, Foxtrot, Sierra Alpha.
Yeah, see, this is what he's forgetting, is that if you have flaps, you can kick into a side slip like this and slow yourself down that way.
Cap 10, 2,000 feet VFR at Unbin with an airspeed indication problem and no landing flaps. Request join and landing.
Sierra Sierra Alpha, Roger, clear to join straight in for runway 14, QNH 1013.
1013, straight in, runway 14, Sierra Sierra Alpha. Review. Alright, we can't use the flaps, but the runway here is over 3,000 meters, so landing distance is no problem at all. The challenge is going to be the increased landing speed due to lack of flaps, combined with the absence of our indicated airspeed.
Yeah, we'll fly it by the seat.
You'll have to use feel, sound, and experience to judge your airspeed for landing.
We got this,
Don't get
bro.
too slow, as you'll risk a stall, and the runway is long enough for a fast landing. The stall warning will still work as usual, which will be your last line of defense.
Sierra Sierra Alpha, cleared to land, runway 14, wind calm.
So how does the stall warning know when to go off if there's no indicated airspeed from a airspeed indicator? I'll have to do some Google research on that and find out. It's a pretty little airplane though. I like this airplane. I'll take 2. Nice little evening flight here. What's AOA, Adam? You stumped me. Hey, what's up? Old Slow, how's it going? Osbjorn in Norway. Mr. Pilot, Pilot Air. That's right. We're doing some abnormals. I bought a VFR and... Oh, angle of attack. Oh, jeez, yeah. I bought an VFR and IFR flight training thing for the sim, Osbjorn. So we're reviewing VFR stuff that I already took in flight school, and now we're doing. Then I'll start on IFR stuff. So I'm pretty excited. How are you doing, man? I missed you. It's been a while. I'm okay. Well, that's good to hear. It's better than the alternative, right? That's what I've heard. Alright, are you gonna let me turn base, Mr. Instructor, or what? Been busy doing my Zwift and iRacing. Oh, I need to get iRacing. I got my whole racing rig here and haven't done it yet. Hey, what's up? Javodi has liked the stream. Thanks so much. Welcome to the coffee house. I appreciate you being here. We're doing some flight training this evening in a Cap 10. Well, this afternoon, I guess. And we have just hit a bird. We have no indicated airspeed on our airspeed indicator, so we are flying in by the seat of our pants, and we also have damage to our flaps. So we're going to be kicking in an old school Piper Cub side slip here momentarily. Alright, we have definitely made the runway, so we're going to power back. Let's pick our spot here. Ooh, this little bird sinks. Let's add a little power. Daggone. I haven't flown this one before. I chopped power, man. That thing started sinking like crazy. Like a brick. We may not need a side slip. Flying it as it's made to fly by the seat of your pants. That's right, sir. Indeed. Doing all right at this airspeed. I think we're good. Let's butter the bread, ladies and gentlemen. Coffee House 42257 Echo. Final approach for runway whatever. Don't even know what runway we're landing on, but we're gonna land okay. Let's do a side slip just for fun. Let's get her down there. Let's slow her down here. Real beautiful like. Look at that. Little side slip action and come right out. We got our speed bled off. We'll just sit her right down here in the middle of the runway. Butter and the bread, guys. Smooth as butter. And this thing floats. It doesn't want to come down. There we go. Nice landing, Chemex. All three of them. Ha ha ha. Wow, what is going on with this airplane?
It feels like we're getting slow.
Sir, you need to catch up. I'm already down here on the runway.
Great job. We used the initial actions at first, followed by a safe decision to land.
Still got the tail in the air, doing
Press
a little wheel
escape to
landing.
exit.
Look at that. Alright. Almost broke a prop. I'm being silly. That's okay. We passed the lesson. We made it down safely. All 8 of them. I know, right? No butter in the bread on that. Nice landing. Oh, I tried, Javoti. Stick around. I do way better landings than that. That was just kind of being silly. That thing was a float. I've never flown that airplane, and man, that thing floats. I got it right down on the deck and thought it was going to break for a stall, and it didn't. It just kept going. Hey, what's up? Steve Halibone is like the stream. Mariner Halley, how's it going? We are on VFR flight training day 2, guys. And we have got ourselves just finished up with abnormals. We had a bird strike. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Mariner? I hope you're having a great day today. So we just had a bird strike and flap damage and pitot tube damage to our, so we had no indicated airspeed. So yes, perhaps he is doing slow training and that's why he's so slow. I know, right? He expected me to fly like 3 miles out on final. Okay, we are going to the Beechcraft Bonanza, which I have also never flown. We're getting all kinds of, and we're going some mountain flying. Let's do this, guys. I gotta get out of this sweatshirt. It might be getting warmer outside than I thought. A little warm in here. That PC starts to crank up running this game, and it's like a heater. That is a beautiful plane. Oh, I know, dude. I've never got to fly a Beechcraft. That's one of the planes I've never been in. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what this guy has to tell us here.
This is Telluride, Colorado.
All right, let's get the skis
high-altitude
out.
airfield surrounded by stunning mountain ranges.
4 Hotel Juliet, 10 miles east inbound, visual runway 27.
Mountain flying is a vast subject in its own right. We'll touch upon the basics today.
All right, let's do that.
You have several factors
I'm good, just waiting for
against
dinner.
you
Haha,
when
nice.
operating at high elevations.
I'm gonna eat some
The
lunch here
airfield
when I'm done.
elevation here is over 9,000 feet, which brings about some significant performance implications.
Yes, it does.
You lose performance from the engine as less air is available for it to breathe, meaning a corresponding reduction in fuel flow and power. We've already leaned the mixture before departure to help optimize engine power. Next is the terrain itself. Straight ahead is Red Mountain, which towers up to 13,000 feet. So we're down on performance just when we need it the most. We have a relatively light wind today of about 12 knots from the west. On flat land, this would be no problem at all, but in the mountains we need to give it serious consideration. Anything over 20 to 25 knots starts to become hazardous and may prevent our flight from going ahead, despite what might otherwise be glorious conditions. For our more moderate winds, we need to consider which side of a valley we'll fly along, as one valley wall will give useful updrafts.
Tango Echo, X-ray traffic, generic November, 884 Hotel, Juliet, 6 miles east inbound, visual runway 27.
Whilst the other side would present hazardous downdrafts. Take off from runway 09, which has a tailwind, and make an immediate right turn to follow the valley to the south. You'll notice right away how limited our performance is. Bring the gear up straight away, but leave the flaps extended until you've made the turn.
All right, look at that. Digital climate control even. Let's go, guys. Here we go. let's check for parking brake is off. Alright, this is a carbureted engine, so let's make sure our carb heat is off. We don't want that on for takeoff. Oh, that's for the defroster. Okay, well, we don't have carb heat. This must be fuel injected. Alright, we're good to go. Means this thing's going to be a dog getting into the air because we only got 40% fuel on our mixture. Wow, dude, this is crazy. This thing's mushy as heck. Oh boy, we almost hit an airliner. Yeah, thank you.
Keep your speed up and turn south, climbing towards 10,000 feet.
Oh my gosh, guys, this thing is mushy as heck in this thin air. Can't believe it.
Enter the valley up ahead, flying over the east valley wall on our left side.
Okay, get our useful
The
updrafts.
east wall is on the windward side of the slope, so this is where we'll find the updrafts. Stay overhead the left wall of the valley and watch how we ride the updrafts, helping us climb. This is how gliders fly for hours on end without an engine.
Alright, we've climbed through to 10,000. A little bumpy up here in this weather.
The wind is flowing over the valley walls just like water over a rock. We're flying up the upstream side of the rock, riding the flow upwards.
Oh, no, we aren't. I'm way off. It's hard to see out of this cockpit.
Follow the valley around to the left.
Yeah, I'm not so into this mountain flying stuff. This is kind of a bummer.
Take a right here and fly through the gap towards the opening. Climb a little higher to give you more height. You might make a wrong turn when flying through valleys, leaving you flying towards a dead end, too steep to climb out of. The only way out is to turn a 180 and go back the way you came. Keep over towards one side of a valley to give you turning room in case you need to turn.
Yeah, a lot of people get into airplane crashes in mountains like this. Not good. Thin air, terrible performance. I was watching a YouTube video where a guy was in a paramotor, just the parachute with the backpack motor, and he got down into one of these gaps and he couldn't get out because he ran into a cliff wall that was like a horseshoe. So he tried to make a turn back and he folded his wing because he pulled too hard to turn, and he crashed down into the rocks below and broke his leg and ended up having to have like people coming in to get him. Like, it was crazy. Alright, why is my flight instructor not telling me what to do next? An unfortunate risk for that kind of hobby. Yeah, he was flying in some areas he should have been careful in. See, we're not going to get out of here.
Getting near to the stall.
Yeah, noticed. Yeah, we need to get out of here, guys.
Getting near to the stall.
Well, we might be able to make it right here. Nope. Gotta turn back.
Getting near to the stall.
I know what I'm getting near to, bud. Alright, so now what? He's already told you what to do. No, he didn't. I did a 180 and he didn't say, okay, now we're approaching the thing and we should turn a 180. He just goes silent. He's passive aggressive, Osbjorn. Ha! There you go. How you like that, Mr. Instructor? You flew straight when he said right. Yeah, well, guess what he did to me yesterday, Osbjorn? Oh, check this out. We're getting icing. He told me to turn left for my final approach, and my final approach was to the right. So I think there's a couple glitches in the training somewhere. That's why when he said turn right to go down the valley, well, this was the valley to the left, and look what would have been if I turned right. So I'm going to try something here just to see. I'm going to go up around this corner and turn right up here, because there was a valley to the right up here. Now, that was what I was supposed to do. Oh well, we're getting some pretty terrain. I kind of feel like I should go through these lessons before I get on stream so I know what to expect, because I'm doing them cold.
Use this wide space to practice a valley turn to the right.
Okay.
Notice how much room it takes
See,
up.
his thing was off timing.
Reducing your speed and extending flaps can reduce your turning radius if needed. Target 30 degrees of bank. Fly through the gap again to leave the way we came in, again aiming for 10,000 feet.
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine. I've flown around here a lot, but I couldn't even imagine getting to explore some places like this. But man, you gotta know what you're doing. We don't mind watching. I know, look at this scenery. Ooh, we got icing like crazy up here, guys. I think the Beechcraft Bonanza has de-icing capabilities. That will be a cold flight. You better believe it. That's mountaintops for you. Yeah, no doubt. Alright, now what, instructor? The instructor's leaving me high and dry. He needs to communicate more. What we have here, ladies, is a failure to communicate. If you are new here, do me the honor of subscribing on YouTube, following on Twitch, or liking and following on Facebook. I would really appreciate it.
Follow our around to the left. This time we'll fly on the western wall. Again to our left.
Alright, we'll do that.
This will be the leeward side, with the air rushing back down the downstream side of our rock.
Can't see out of my window. It's iced up. So let's try this. Let's turn on our cabin.
Follow the wall around to the right, back
That's
towards
why this thing's
Telluride,
acting so
staying
weird.
over the left wall at 10,000 feet.
My YouTube, if you type !YouTube, it will show you. And I'm going to start adding stuff to that here shortly. There's some stuff on there. I got about 1,100 subscribers, but I'm adding more to it. So yeah, type !YouTube in the chat and it'll pop right up. I just set that up today, so I'm actually excited to see if it works.
Feel how we have a higher nose attitude and need to fight a waterfall of air to remain level.
Hey, it worked.
If it
Check it
gets
out.
too much, make a gentle turn to the right towards the valley floor.
See, Steve, I don't think it'll work on Facebook because Facebook won't let you have chat commands, which is kind of a bummer.
Make a long left turn here, all the way around to heading 160, still targeting 10,000
Yeah,
feet.
it's kind of a bummer. Facebook needs to step it up. And we got icing going on, guys. Check this out, yo. Nice airplane so far, though. This thing's really smooth. I like it. 10,000 feet puts us 1,000-foot AGL for pattern altitude. Setting up for a nice landing here.
Keep the turn going to heading 160, and we're going to look at crossing ridge lines.
Oh, okay. The lesson's not over. Gotcha.
Now hold heading 160 and fly back towards our valley. When crossing a ridgeline, we approach from a 45-degree angle. This gives us more room to gain height and also make an escape turn away from the ridge easier in case things don't go to plan. Cross over the ridgeline ahead.
Are you still flying copters for filming? I mean, I can. Hey, what's up, Felix? Good to have you. Welcome to the coffee house. I do still have my license and all that stuff to do so, but COVID kind of knocked it out, so we haven't been working as much. But yes, I still do. In fact, my countdown at the beginning of my stream is all of my drone work. So yeah, I still fly, but I just haven't had hardly any work lately.
We're crossing the ridge now,
which
so
is
the
kind
wind
of a
will
bummer.
start to change from an updraft to a downdraft.
How's it going with you? Are you doing any
As we
flying?
mentioned earlier, mountain flying is its own art, but now you've seen firsthand how strong downdrafts can be, even with moderate winds. Experiment with crossing ridge lines and fighting downdrafts for as long as you like, keeping an eye on the fuel, and press escape when you're done.
Alright, let's do that. Let's play with some ridge lines, shall we? Lesson's over. Time for fun, guys. This probably isn't going to end well, I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Defense regrets to inform you that your sons are dead because they were stupid. Quote that movie, anybody? Yes, still doing RC flying. Started copters because of your tips on flight tests back in the day. Oh, dude, that means a lot to me. I'm glad. I miss those days. I really do. We had a lot of fun. That was some really good experiences, and I met so many amazing people. And I'm still in touch with a lot of them, too. So, yeah, it's cool. Thanks for coming to hang out. I have a Discord server, so if you'd like to join that, you can keep in touch with us. Are you part of the Flight Test Friends one that we're all still in? The Facebook group and the Discord server that we have? I still talk to the guys every once in a while. In fact, I just talked to Steele the other day from Rotor Riot. He's into some race car simming and some stuff. Alright, let's get low, guys. And then we'll move on to our next lesson. But I'm so glad to hear that. I'm serious, Felix. That's super cool. I never did pull the trigger on an Inspire 2. I just kept flying some of the smaller stuff and was just going to rent one. And every movie didn't want to pay the extra for the Inspire 2, so I was glad I didn't drop 20 grand on one to outfit it for movie flying. Literally, when I flew with Bruce Willis, it was with a Phantom 4 Pro. Like, that's all they wanted to pay for. It was kind of a bummer. Alright, let's go to the next lesson. I guess this Beechcraft has probably had enough inverted flight for one day, huh? Let's get low through this valley here and see how low we can go. Oh, look at that, guys. There it is. That's what we're talking about. I feel like Kirby Shambliss right now. Red Bull Air Racing in a Beechcraft. Country road, take me home. Oh, this is amazing. This is super fun. This is how you fly in the mountains, guys. True pros always fly Phantoms. Yeah, that's all they ever wanted to pay for, and we did. Yeah, that's all they ever wanted to pay for. It was so crazy. Like, I had a Phantom 4 Pro. I flew the Inspire 1 that we had at flight test on a number of movies. And when the Inspire 2 came out, they would never pay for it. Like, it was obviously kind of a 3-tier. There was, like, Phantom 4 Pro. There was Inspire 2 with single and dual operator mode, so you could kind of charge accordingly. And then there was full-blown free-fly Alta, you know, and nobody ever wanted to pay for anything above a Phantom. They almost went for the Inspire 2 on the Helen Hunt movie I worked on, and then they were like, yeah, just go ahead and bring the Phantom. Your footage looks amazing from that. And I'm like, oh, bro, kind of a bummer. All right, let's do one more lesson today, because then my lunch break is over and I'll have to get back to work. But we'll be back on tonight, though, so definitely come check it out. So what type of drone rigs are you flying, Felix? What are you flying these days? Activities. Hey, what's up? Matthew Steven Anderson. I come in and we are upside down. Oh, I was just goofing off. I'm doing VFR lessons right now. Here, we're actually going into a new one, and I was flying inverted at the end of my lesson, because the end of the lesson, the guy says, oh, okay, go fly around and do what you want and practice ridgeline flying in the mountains. So I'm like, all right, so I rolled it upside down, and I was doing a bunch of inverted flight through the valleys, and then I just crashed on purpose so I could get out for the next lesson. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we had mountain flying, VFR 8, and now VFR 09 is a UK trip, a USA trip, and a New Zealand trip. Let's go for the USA trip. We'll just skip this one and see what they got to do for us. Ooh, flight duration an hour. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing that one on lunch break. Let's just go do something else then, since we did all those lessons. Let's go to the world map. I'm going to go to the airport that I learned to fly in. Select as a departure. Let's do some cubbing here for a minute, guys. So this, on the game, this is the closest airplane to what I learned to fly in. So, yeah, we'll have a little fun. So, Felix, are you flying any race drones, or what are you flying? I still have a QAV-X 4mm, a QAV-X 3mm, a QAV-R, all brand new in the box that I gotta build. I've got an Armaten quad brand new in the box frame that I need to build. Yeah, I need to get busy. All right, Barber Traffic, Coffee House, 42257 Echo. Departing runway 27. Let's change to our good view here so as we can see.
Traffic Coffee House, November 42257 Echo is clear of the runway.
I am definitely not clear of the runway. Let's get our tail up in the air here, guys. Check our rudders. Yeah, we're good to go. Let's do this. So this is the airport I learned to fly out of. Little grass field. 1946 Taylor Craft BC-12D tail dragger airplane. There it is. My flight instructor lived in that house right there. And here's where I go water skiing in the summer. Yes, that's true. Barber Traffic, 57 Echo, pattern work, landing for runway 27. So how you doing, Matthew Steven Anderson? How's it going? Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us today. I appreciate it. Are you a pilot? Do you do any type of flying? Are you into simulation? What are you into? I'm into coffee and flying and Fortnite and Warzone and Forza and pretty much everything. All right, Barber Traffic. 57 Echo, downwind for runway 27. All right, we're at pattern altitude of 2,000 feet. Well, let's look for the end of our runway. We'll go ahead and get ourselves started in for an approach. Looking beautiful out here. Nice sunny day. This is actually live weather. Kind of nice that Ohio's getting some good weather. I don't live down this way anymore, but we're getting this weather pretty much all over Ohio. All right, we're at the end of the runway. Let's go ahead and power back just a hair. Start kicking into our base leg. Barber Traffic 57 Echo, turning base leg for runway 27. Alright, let's go ahead and power back a little bit now. We've definitely got plenty of height. We should be at 700 on our base leg, and we're still at 900, so we got lots of room. So just keep our power back at idle here and rotate her around. Let's go! Grass runways and old airplanes are so fun to fly, guys. Not gonna lie. Alright, we're powered at an idle. Definitely made the runway. We're going to kick into a side slip here so we can slow off some of this altitude and some of this speed. And yes, this is protocol if you've ever flown a real airplane with no flaps. This is what's called a slip, and this is how you use the side of the fuselage to float in and use it as an air brake. And then right before you touch down, you just kind of let off that rudder, level out those wings. Airspeed looks good, and we just flare it out and just butter the bread, guys. Right at stall. Look at that. And we'll go ahead and keep the tail in the air, because we're going to go ahead and do a go around. Nice little wheels down. Touch just on the mains, but leave the tail in the air. Do a touch and go. And we're off. Alright, let's do one more. Then we'll go to the Cirrus, and we'll go do some flying out of the controlled airport. Climb back up to pattern altitude of 1,900 feet AGL. Alright, let's power back and get into the pattern. Barber traffic. Taylor Craft 42257 Echo, downwind for runway 27. Alright, look at that. Nice little approach. Let's try to keep it into regular pattern altitude this time. I was doing a high approach so I could bleed it off with the slip. Let's go ahead and start descending now as we get to the end of our runway right there. Start powering back just a little bit. Give ourselves a little nose up trim. And we'll just do a nice little 180-degree turn towards our runway here. Little horseshoe. Just continuous turn to final. Barber traffic 57 Echo, turning base leg for runway 27. Now we're at 700, coming back onto our base leg. So by the time we finish our turn to final, we should be approaching our 500-foot pattern altitude. We're going to go ahead and power back. Airspeed's at 80, looking good. Still a little high, but that's okay because we got a long runway on the north or the east-west here. So we're good. We'll put a little bit of a slip in here. Just line things up real pretty-like. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Nice flare and aim for the end. We'll come to a full stop landing this time. Look at that, beautiful. Touchdown on the mains. We'll slow down, we'll go ahead and pull some back pressure to sit the tail down. Look at that, guys. Doggone beautiful. Alright, let's go to the Akron airport and do some Cirrus work real quick. Main menu, continue. See if I can fly a couple of patterns in that, and then I'm gonna go back to work. And then I'll be back on tonight for some more lessons. We'll do one of those trips tonight. It'll take about an hour, and then we'll get into our IFR flight training this evening. Looking forward to that for sure. Okay, let's do a direct departure out of KCAK. And let's go out of runway 23. Yep. We're gonna just do pattern work. We're gonna do it in flight conditions. few clouds. And we're going to do that in a Cirrus SR-22, because that is the plane that I get to fly in real life more often than not. So let's practice up and get ready for springtime. Here we go. Alright, let's get ready to fly.
42257 Echo at runway 23 ready for takeoff, straight out departure.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do this. Just check our flaps. 1 notch for takeoff. And let's do this. Cirrus 57 Echo departing runway 23. So my profile picture on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and all that is actually in the cockpit of a Cirrus SR-20, just the lower model than this one, at 7,000 feet in the clouds, flying home from a drone race in Virginia. Pretty fun. Very, very nice little airplane to fly in if you want to go somewhere, because they cruise at, you know, 150, 160 knots. You can really get out and get somewhere if you want to. Our friends drove down, and it took them about 6.5 hours to drive there, and we made it an hour and like 45 minutes, or just under 2 hours in the plane. It was pretty nice. Let's climb up to about 2,200 here. Power back a little bit here, set our trims. All right, we're looking good. 1 foot up the wingtip for the runway. Good distance away from the runway. Let's power back and set trims just a little bit. See if we can butter us a landing here. Cirrus 57 Echo, downwind for runway 23. Okay, we'll do our look back, and when we achieve 45 degrees from our airplane, we'll be able to start our turn. Alright, we'll go ahead and power back. Cirrus 57 Echo, turning base leg for runway 23. Do a continuous turn to base. Once we hit our white arc, we'll drop our flaps in. Just bleed off a little bit of this speed here. Alright, nice turn to final. Alright, we got our flaps down. Line her up and butter the bread, guys. Here we go. Definitely made the runway. 500 on final. Looking good. Not sure what's beeping at me here. Go ahead and drop our second notch of flaps, as we know we have definitely made our runway. We'll just float her right in here. Power's back. 80 across the numbers. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Doggone beautiful. Floated her right in, lower the nose wheel down. Oh yeah, perfect. Not bad at all. Clean up our flaps and exit at the nearest taxiway. Hey, we got friends. Don't you know you're supposed to be clear of the runway when someone's coming in for a landing, buddy? Alright, we'll pull off on this taxiway. Akron Canton ground, Cirrus 57 Echo, clear of runway 23. Alright guys, I think that's going to about do it for me for Lunchtime Live. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I am going to go get my work finished up for the rest of the afternoon, and we will be back this evening for some more live streaming action, and we are going to start our IFR flight training tonight, which is where I pretty much left off as a real pilot. So I'm excited to get started on that and see what we can learn tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys later. Augusto Rodriguez, thanks so much. I'm glad to have you guys with us today. Let's take our last sip of coffee in the cup here. There it is. We'll end with our drone countdown reel and count down the end of stream. I'll see you guys tonight. Have a great day.